Us a chance to see some major changes in the former Cowboys quarterback as he enters his second season as the lead analyst. Confidence even higher, his family now larger, but his sense of humor still the same.
When I left the football field in April, I was looking forward to this day right here.
Jim, I got $5. This is a run to the left. I got to pay now as it's Henry. What did you see there?
I've seen football in the NFL for 14 years.
It went good, and I feel, humbled by a lot of the positive reinforcement people have, when you see them on the street, the way that people come up to you, I feel, just that it's been great. And I'm excited about year two. I feel like I know a little bit more about what I'm supposed to do, and hopefully I won't have quite as many butterflies this time around.
What was it that allowed you to progress so quickly, you think?
I listened to myself the first time I did a practice game, and I stunk. I mean, it was terrible. And I was like, oh, I don't even want to hear my own voice. It just sounds horrible. And then, you sound like the teacher in Ferris Bueller, and he's like, Bueller. And I was like, I'm never going to be any good at this. And so then you start tinkering and trial and error, and you start to figure out what you really think is important for, a good analyst or someone in that position. Like, what would you want to hear? What would you want someone to do? And then you start to go from there.
And then on the other end, even when he does get time, when he doesn't make a pass, then they're knocking down the wide receivers and tipping balls and intercepting balls. And
his enthusiasm, it's like John Madden. I mean, you could tell that when John Madden was doing a football game, he loved what he was doing. Well, Tony Romo, I'm not comparing him to John Madden yet, but he has that kind of youthful exuberance that you just can't teach anybody. And he has a likability that, that is, again, impossible to teach.
Do you have mixed emotions about getting set to do your first Super Bowl?
It's always going to be hard to know that I never brought a championship, to Dallas. And that's, something you have to live with. That's going to be hard and difficult. It's never going away. But it'll never be easier, regardless of what the next year's like. It's just, it happened, and I wasn't able to do it, and it stinks, and you got to live with it. But I also know the joy that game and how important that game will be to all those players and coaches and the organizations and all their families and the people associated around them.
The talk of the town everywhere we went was about Sam Darnold. And I got to tell you, after watching some of these plays, he does remind me a bit of a young Tony Romo. Look at his mobility.
What has been your general feedback regarding Jason Witten as he's gone into that world?
I remember feeling like I had 1,000 bits of advice on how to do things, and it was overwhelming a little bit early. And then you start to find yourself and you get going. And Jason's doing that right now. I heard him last week. He did great. So I think he's going to be outstanding at this. And I'm just excited that he gets to do something that he's passionate about.
What's your advice, whether it's been given personally or indirectly, to Des Bryant? And how much do you feel for him with what he's going through right now in terms of trying to figure out what his next move is?
I just think, I think at some point he'll pick a team. I just don't think he has yet. I think he could have multiple times. When he's ready to go, he'll go. And until he's ready, no one's going to talk him into it. No one's going to. It's a little more fly by the seat of your pants from week to week and day to day. So it'll happen, but it just won't be when anyone else thinks it is. It'll just randomly one day happen, and he'll be like, oh, and there Des is on the team.
Blitz is coming. He throws a deep ball to the left side, and the ball is Bryant.
Now that they've come back years later and said that could have been, or should have been, a catch, do you ever stop and think, well, if it should have been a catch, what if it was a catch? What if in that moment it was a catch? Yeah. Do you do the what if game, Tony? I'm
never really someone who looks back. Even the football side of it, it's I move on to the next thing, and you get ready to, boom, go toward this and be great at this, and you kind of go. It's those things all happen. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. But if I'm sitting here on TV and I'm telling you about how, I got screwed for some, it's you got to be kidding. I have been very blessed. I'm very lucky. In no way, shape, or form has the good Lord been oh, Tony Romo got a raw deal. He should have. It's come on. I've got kids who are healthy, a wife who loves me most of the time, and I feel like I got lucky. I don't feel like something was taken from me.
How much, when you look at this photo, do you realize how life changes?
Yeah.
Technically, right now, all 4 are out of the league. I mean,
Des could be broadcasting somewhere we don't know about. I mean, that's. I think. Yeah, it goes fast, and that's why you. That's why you want to wake up every day and try and do the best you can. And we're going to fail all the time in life at many different things, facets, and but you get lucky sometimes to have some great people around you and try and do some great things, and you make lifelong friendships like that. I mean, it's meaningful, but time flies.
you missed the game from the playing side?
Tell the wife, I'm like, this is as happy as I've ever been, and it's great, and it's also, you miss playing, but you love that, you're on to your next phase and you feel good, and I got these 3 young boys that are, kind of really fun right now, and they love when Dad comes home, and it's a really good time in my life right now.
What's it like to have another addition?
It's great. He's walking, John's turned 1, and he's a ball of energy right now, so the other ones get over there and they try and play with them, and I'm always like, you don't want to pick them up and throw them down. We just want to kind of play with them on the ground a little bit. Hawk's always being like, look at Dad, I'm picking the baby up over my head. I'm like, let's put the baby down. It's a little high, son. But he loves him.
Romo says the Cowboys will be tough